everyone, and welcome to ZankCast, where we interview members of the Bay community. For this episode, we have a special guest, a retired legendary blader with over 200,000 subscribers. We have Jp0t for our guest today.
Hey everyone, it's JoJo. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, thanks so much for being a guest here. So, first one, a little icebreaker, just introduce yourself in case there's a new audience that's wondering.
Oh, well, I do go by Jp0t or Jp0t or just JoJo. I used to be a Beyblade YouTuber, like many of you on probably watching right now. I started about, it's been a while. It's been about since 2010. And I've just been doing unboxing videos, doing, the typical stuff, battles, all that stuff. And then I would say I'm more on a break than officially quitting. I took a break around 2 years ago. And since then I've moved over to Twitch.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll ask about the Twitch in a second. I want to just ask, because it's always a fun question to ask. How did you get into Beyblade? Because everyone has their own introduction into the series.
Oh, okay. I remember this very vividly. So it was probably around when Yu-Gi-Oh, the very first season of Yu-Gi-Oh was introduced to the States, and me and my cousins were really into it. And my older cousin, who we looked up to, we one day asked him, "Hey, do you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh with us?" And he said, "No, I'm not into Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I'm into Beyblade." And then so he took out his Beyblade and ripped it on the concrete in front of our grandma's house, which I think we've all done before. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. I was probably 11 or 12 around that time. And so that's how I got hooked. And that was around, the plastic generation. I remember that Beyblade very well. It was the Dragoon, one of the very first ones.
Oh, that is cool. So you were around for a very long time. You're one of the OGs. So I was kind of wondering, what made you want to do a YouTube channel, and then after eventually do Beyblade videos?
Well, when the plastic generation went away, and then, I've gone through high school and all that stuff. After high school, I saw that Metal Fight was in stores. I'm like, wait, Beyblade is back? So also around that time was when YouTube was pretty brand new. Mm-hmm. And so I was just looking up anything I could find about this Metal Fight Beyblade. And that's when I turned to YouTube. And so I was watching people like Akira's daddy, G-Reggie, so many old YouTuber names. I can't remember it, and I feel so bad. So I've been watching them, and I kind of realized there weren't a lot of videos about Beyblade. So I decided to kind of feature Beyblade myself and kind of contribute to the spread and the game of Beyblade, if you will.
No, it's good. I think your channel is particularly very good because even back in the day, I think you're the only one who really did that competitive focus that was on the larger side. So I think you gave a really good resource to a lot of younger fans or just fans in general who wanted to see combo testing, because that culture is very important to me whenever I see Beyblade, because I'm okay, well, you got to make good combos. So I think you really did make a very good impact with the content that you did.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was also another reason why I wanted to get into it, was because there wasn't a lot of people doing that type of stuff, making combos. So I found probably only one other channel who was doing it, and I can't remember their name, and I feel bad again because I looked up to them back then. And so I'm okay, well, let me try this out and see what I could try and figure out on my own. Back then, I may have been correct about most combos or anything like that, but we were all still learning. But at least I was trying to put it out there, and hopefully that encouraged a lot of people to do that as well.
No, that's good. I was also going to say, because you are a tournament organizer on the WBO, if I recall correctly. So I was going to ask about that. What led you to becoming an organizer for the WBO?
So when I was a kid, I didn't have events to go play Beyblade. And so I wanted to pretty much create a safe environment for them to play. And it's just, again, it's just like really fun witnessing them having fun.
Yeah. We also became a tournament organizer from end of last year, the end of Burst Ultimate, basically. And I think you basically have more tournament experience than I do. So I was going to ask, since you've been an organizer and you've kind of seen that scene a little bit more, if you have any advice for, let's say, future organizers on the WBO, because, you're like a veteran, you have a lot more experience. What would be some advice that you could give for anyone who's trying to organize events?
Oh, like for the first time? Oh, I would say, yeah, definitely. Oh, that's kind of tough. I haven't really been to an event in a while, so I really don't know how the scene is right now. But definitely go to an event first and kind of watch how everyone organizes it. And definitely get some help, especially if you are fortunate enough to live in an area where there are other organizers around you. But when it comes, let's say if you're just kind of starting out and you want to build a community, definitely start small. From experience in the Southern California region, we've had probably at most 70 to 80 people at once. So you definitely want to put a cap on your participation. And yeah, I think crowd control basically is a good first stepping stone. Keep it small at first and then see how well you can manage that. And then that way you could kind of also see around whoever attends. You could also see if other people want to help out and help you organize and try and recruit other people.
So I was also going to say, in regards to the organizer, because for the advice given, I think it's very helpful for our site too, because we started near the end of the month. It is very important, what you said, to have a lot of team to help out, because if you don't have people to help out judging, it's very hard to manage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially if a lot of your attendees are young children.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a herding cats, you have to make sure everything's clear and everybody knows where they're going.
Yeah. So I want to ask now, because you've experienced all three generations. You've done the original, Metal Fight, Burst. I was going to kind of ask, what's your preference for the generation, if you have one in specific that's your favorite?
Oh, well, to be honest, I wasn't really that into plastic. I was really young and I didn't really know anything about making combinations or anything like that. I was a kid, so I didn't really have enough money, and it's not like I had a lot of access to that. Oh, that's a tough question. I think I really like Burst around the time of Beyblade Burst Evolution / God.
Yeah.
I think that one was my favorite in particular.
Oh, all right. Well, I was going to ask next, because even though you're on break, how is, kind of taking the break on Beyblade? Because I see you're doing Twitch streams now.
It's been really fun, to be honest. The whole reason why I took a break was because I didn't really like the way the latest seasons were going. Mm-hmm. And it was just a little overwhelming, and it kind of took away from the simplicity of Beyblade, and it was just I don't know, my mind couldn't wrap around it. And I felt like, from a competitive standpoint, I did not like the opposite spin matchups. That was just so boring to me, and it's just it just kind of took, me personally, kind of took the fun out of it. a little bit, and I just wanted to be honest with everyone. It's like, I'm not enjoying this, but I still like Beyblade. Hopefully down the road if something else gets released, I'll come back. But for now, I'm gonna start doing Twitch.
Yeah. How's you said it's fun, and you said you're on hiatus. No, you answered. Sorry. No, it's I definitely agree. I was caught on the opposite spin meta thing in my head when I was thinking about it. Yeah, because we host a lot of standard, so a lot of times on the first stage, I'm at we don't have to have the phone now because there's like the updated rule. You don't have to record, and it's only up to the organizer, but. We constantly watch the matches, and it's like, all right, guys, we do jokes in the finals because, like, all right, okay, I'll go get a drink, and I'll come back, and then after I'll finish.
Right.
But, since you were speaking about kind of like the future of the thing, that's why I want to kind of ask is because recently did get announced the 4th generation of Beyblade, Beyblade X. I don't know if you've heard about it or not.
I have, although I don't know anything about it. I don't think any of us really do at the moment. Other than,
yeah.
Oh, have you found things out about the new generation?
We've done the prices, because the prices and the listings. We went over that. We did recently, because it's like a few days ago, because we have someone who's like tells us that's like a source, so we know what the new generation is going to be about. It's like the system and the points in the stadium and like all the design. Well, I can't technically show it in this or in a specific video because like
right.
like beat me up. But like, no, it is pretty exciting. The points I can tell you about it. So this is good. It's like a mini news video. Then I can tell. So from what we were told, because it's from like a trusted source, because basically back when Burst Ultimate was going on, the thing after DB. We had a source who was telling us about basically every single release per month that was going to happen, and they were right. They said, "Oh, Excalibur is in July." Excalibur was in July. All the stuff. So it's like the source is like very, very trusted. Even the name told us like Beyblade X like so many weeks in advance. So like for us, we're like, okay, it's consistent and reliable. So for what I understand, this stadium is very different from the traditional sense. Instead of it being kind of like the basic, like the 3 exit, instead it's kind of like the quad drive thing. They have like a path divider this time. We can probably send a photo. But
okay.
the thing will basically post to hit the thing, and it goes redirected to the center. So the idea is like high-speed battles. Apparently, too, it's supposed to burst again, but not the same as like the burst generation. Like there's like HMS, but that's not the same as like Metal Fight. It's just like
right.
It's like the concept of like the mechanic, but not literal the same. And like the points are the points I don't know 100%. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'll say the points, then after I want to hear your thoughts. It's apparently supposed to go up to 5 points, because how it's supposed to work is your first point's supposed to be OS. Your second, the second way to get 2 points is supposed to be burst, and 3 points for KO. So I'm like,
oh wow,
they're trying to go big.
I would actually be really interested in that new generation, because again, going back on the opposite spin matches, I was more of an attack type user, and so hearing that actually gets me like really excited. Yeah, that actually sounds really fun. That sounds great.
Yeah. No, we got the thing. I was very surprised too, because I guess it makes sense, because if it was just burst again, they have to think of some way to change how you win. So I think the point system makes sense, at least in my head. And if you're ever going to return, listen, July is like the biggest month. They have like starters, boosters, stadium, the entry set, like a deck case. There's a battle pass, which is apparently supposed to be a physical object. Like, it's like huge. And what was most surprising was that it is this year. It's supposed to be in July. Oh, okay. This is the exclusive he's gonna send. He's sending you on Instagram. Just don't.
Oh, thank you.
This guy's. Yeah, you can have a peek on the thing. That's basically the same thing that we have to go by, because basically in the video I have to like trace over it. Like I have to get around it somehow when I'm talking. Yeah, just don't show the camera. That's for the entry set.
Okay. I see.
He's gonna send part of the bay. The viewers are gonna be going crazy. They're gonna be like, "What did you see?"
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, so without giving out too many details, I
hadn't described all of it. Just not sure.
So I had heard that there is a returning character to the next generation. So I thought in my mind, like, okay, it's the same universe as Burst, most likely.
In
a way.
The return? No, not that. The returning character. There's the Bursting that's returning. The characters, I didn't hear nothing about the animation. I have no idea on that.
Okay. Well, this is just what someone random told me, and like,
oh, fair.
All right, yeah. So it's not like
fair enough.
Trusted source.
No, but I'm curious. What do you think? Will this be able to make you return to Beyblade? Will we see Jp0t 2023?
I think so. Like I said before, based on the picture you showed me, and being more of an attack type user, I think that's going to get me back. That's definitely going to get me back to Beyblade.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because a lot of people were really big fans. And I think your last Beyblade video that was into the goodbye? I think it was like the HASBRO thing, whatever. So, start fresh is good.
Yes.
So is there, okay, I can ask this. So do you have any wish lists in particular for Beyblade X? Anything you'd want to see them kind of do, avoid? Because a lot of people kind of have their preferences.
Oh, it'd be kind of cool if, like with HMS, there were dual spin for every Beyblade. Hopefully that would avoid opposite spin matches that were too stamina type.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I like to be surprised. I try not to get too hyped up over anything in general.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my expectations too high, and I don't want to be disappointed. And it's just
right.
I just want to go with the flow and see what happens.
Right. I also would have liked dual spin, mostly because I feel like they could do it. Because even if it is gonna have bursting, no bursting, whatever, I feel like so long as they design it differently, they could probably get away with a lot of the designs. Because Burst technically has the restriction during that generation of they can only do certain designs. Like they can't do as aggressive as like a plastic Beyblade that has like these things like sticking out all randomly. So
right.
I definitely would like to see that. Plus, also, it gets really tiring watching like bearing drift against bearing drift. And like, there's got to be something interesting. That's also
and trying to judge matches that last for like 40 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm all for it. I honestly think it's also maybe the best move, because even if, let's say, it goes down the same route of, let's say, the bays get heavier, there's another bearing driver, like stamina, I feel like the point system is like a good way to counteract it, because even if it goes to 5, I assume it's probably going to be hard to KO. Like, I don't think it'd just be 3 and you could just KO that easily. So I do think there potentially could be a way where hopefully they can design Burst properly, where it's not, because basically like everyone suffered this in Burst, that the teeth wear on all the layers, you're a classic player, 50 Valkyrie layers, 50 Death Scythers trying to get through it.
I remember having to buy like multiples of like Death Scyther or something, just in case like teeth wear down or like a wing breaks off a Valkyrie or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I feel like it's good for them because they make the money off us, basically, because we have to buy so many copies, but it's bad for us because I don't like to go through so many extremes, because extreme, like the rubber flat was like the hardest part to get in all of Burst. It's like one of the hardest things to get. So I'm hoping like, accessibility is there. But like you said, I do agree. I think if they can manage a way to like buff attack, I'll take it. I've been leaning towards more attack as time has gone on. Like I'll use stamina, to play it safe, but like attack, I feels like the most rewarding type at all. Like to win an attack type is like it's so rewarding, that feeling.
Yes, and it's more exciting and it's faster.
No, so I was gonna ask, but you kind of did touch on it. So, what are your plans for 2023? I know you're doing a lot of Twitch streaming. This is if you want to plug anything at all. We're gonna make sure to link in the description to your Twitch. The platform is yours.
Again, like I kind of just like to go with the flow and see where this new journey takes me. I am in a fortunate position where I can focus on Twitch more than my actual job.
That's good.
I've been doing a massage therapy probably for as long I've been doing YouTube. Like around that time was when I was going to school for massage and then also starting up my YouTube channel. Yeah. So when it comes to Twitch, I honestly, I just want to have fun with it and see where it takes me, and just be more genuine with it, and hopefully that will attract people to keep returning to my streams and everything.
No, 100%. We'll make sure to definitely link your Twitch and so your socials in the description. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited to hear that you're going to be coming back to Beyblade.
Oh yeah, I'm not. From what you've told me and from what I've seen, I am actually pretty excited about it right now.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's you got to save them for July. Even for me, it's like there's like 12. It's more than Burst, because Burst started off with like the 4, and then it was like the 4 recolors, the red Kerbeus, the green Spriggan, but they're going like super heavy. And if they're going heavy, they must be like confident in this. So I have good faith that they'll pull it off, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so as well, because the gap between Metal Fight and Burst, I think with Burst they were kind of just like testing the waters, but now that they have a good audience with Burst, they could just go all out right now.
Yeah. So I want to thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to check out Jp0t, she has her Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, I'll make sure to link in the description below. And again, I want to thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun. I really appreciate the invite to this.
No, thank you. Alrighty, well, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.